Welcome back. It is Thursday, May 25th, and the MLB. Our three favorite picks are on the way, including a 1.5 unit play. I'm Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday, though. It was a 1-2 day. We started off pretty bad. Astros and Brewers over 9 was an early game. Never stood a chance. And then the Diamondbacks, Phillies, never stood a chance either. But Red Sox and Angels clutched up, got us 10 runs, top of the ninth. And I'm feeling some good momentum, hopefully carrying that over into today because that was a must-have winner. And I'm feeling good about today's picks. We got 3 of them coming your guys' way. First off, if you are in New Jersey, listen up because we have an offer for UniBet. If they're offering one of the best sign-up offers out there, and you can get $100 in bonus bets. It's pretty simple. You sign up at the top link in the description, make a $25 bet on anything, and you get $100 in site credits. Take advantage of that if you're in New Jersey. Check out all the details down below in the description next to our parlay of the day, which is bouncing the back today. It's going to have a 3-leg hit parlay. But either way, Logan, you got a 1.5 unit play for the people. What is it going to be? I think they're going to love it.
The people are going to love this 1.5 unit play. I don't expect anyone to comment about it. We're going to the A's versus Mariners game, one of the later games on the slate. I'm taking the Athletics plus 1.5. Yes, I said it. Minus 105 odds on PointsBet's currently your best value. No, everyone already knows I'm a contrarian bettor. I'm a fade the public guy. And it's how we've been successful most of this year. Yes, I am risking 1.5 units on this one. If you don't feel the same way, not forcing you to tail this bet. I truly, I don't want you tailing this bet if you're just going to sit there and second guess it, because you have to believe in what we're doing here. We picked up a much needed win, as Austin mentioned, with the line reading yesterday. That was me sitting down saying, look, I have to read the lines, can't just jump into the numbers or feelings, right? And that's exactly what happened. That Red Sox game did go over. Similar thought process to this one, because there isn't a world in which the Mariners should be close to even odds on the run line with the 10-41 A's. Yes, the A's are atrocious. They're an abysmal baseball team, but the line does not look right at all. Every square in their mother, I promise, will be on Mariners today. It doesn't. You don't even have to know baseball to fade the A's. That's why I think this bet is just such a sucker bet to make. And I actually think it's a good matchup for us today against Logan Gilbert, right? Logan Gilbert starts for the Mariners, 3.81 ERA, 1.0 WHIP. At the end of the day, I picked against Gilbert because I said his hard hit percentage is a problem. I've done it before and I've been right. 42.1% hard hit percentage is not a good hard hit percentage. Even an offense as bad as the A's can still get hard hits and hard contact against Logan Gilbert, which in baseball, I'm going to break some news to you. The harder you hit the ball, the further it goes. It's probably going to drop for an extra base hit more often than not. And that's how a bad offense like the A's could get jump started. They could get a few extra base hits, and they could get some hits and runs up on Logan Gilbert. That is not out of the realm of possibility. His last start versus the A's, Gilbert went 6 innings pitched, gave up two runs. Seattle did win that game 7-2. So you're like, Logan, wow, that box score, easy cover for the Mariners. Well, yeah, the biggest mistake in baseball is just assuming an outcome that's already happened repeats itself. That's actually what factors into me picking. Is like, does the line indicate the odds makers thinking the same outcome's going to happen? No, it definitely doesn't. And who's starting for the A's in this one? It's JP Sears. JP Sears, 4.99 ERA, 1.15 WHIP. Why do I always mention WHIP when I'm talking about these pitchers? Because ERA is sometimes a deceptive metric. I think Sears is actually due some positive regression in the earned run category, because a 1.15 WHIP isn't all that bad. That's usually, you see pitchers with like a 3-ish ERA, not a 5 ERA. JP Sears, I remember him last year as a pitcher. He would be the only A's pitcher that I ever consider backing, just because I've seen him do it before. I've seen him put up some solid showings. Yes, he's definitely had his fair share of bad starts this year, but his last start versus Seattle, Sears went 6 innings, 0 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. That was the game that Seattle did win 7-2 when they matched up. So his bullpen did him no favors, but he had a decent showing. And I think he'll actually have a decent showing today against Seattle, because Seattle is only hitting 225 versus lefties this year. That's 26 in the majors. I've told you this before. I've said it again. For some reason, a lot of those hitters don't see left-handed pitching all that well. And I think actually JP Sears is in line for a decent showing. Seattle, 3rd in bullpen ERA. Oakland, 30th in bullpen ERA. Yeah, huge discrepancy there. But you're going to come out and tell me, I can't trust the A's bullpen, can't do this, can't do that. Well, Vegas knows all these factors when they craft the line. I promise. They do it all the time. Sometimes in baseball, what you got to do is you got to pick the ones that you just don't like, but you got to say, look, the line does not look right. If I was getting plus value on the run line with the A's, like plus 115 or plus 120, wouldn't touch this pick, because then I'd say the line looks right and it looks indicative of an easy Mariners win. But I don't see it that way. This is in the late night chase spot. How many times have we all been there where we're just like, oh, I need a win. I need a win in the worst way. It's late at night. You think the Mariners -1.5 looks tasty. The A's might have other plans. I'm taking the A's a +1.5 for on the run line, and because they are the away team, I'm telling you, I've seen a bit before. It's hard to cover the -1.5 being the home team for the Mariners. So I'm going to ride with that today. But Austin, you got a player prop for us today. What do you got?
Yeah, you're right. I got a player prop. I'm going back to him. I've done really well on this season, 9-4 to be exact. I kind of took a step aside from him, but I'm back to him. Hopefully, changing up and dialing back in on these player props for baseball. And I'm going to start with one of the earliest games on the slate. I think it might be the earliest one, starting at 12:35. So if you're watching this afterwards, hopefully this guy's treating us nice because it's Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds. I like his over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs, currently plus 100 on DraftKings. Now, I'd play this right around -130, and I know the people out there on FanDuel do not have a HRR, hits, runs, and RBIs prop. I know that. I've probably got 25 comments. Hey, I can't find this on FanDuel. It's because FanDuel doesn't offer this exact bet. But if you are on FanDuel, my favorite pivot would probably be to be a Steer and maybe Jonathan India, hit parlay or something along those lines. Now, I don't want to take Steer's 2+ bases. I've talked about it time and time again. 2+ bases props just feel, I just don't like betting them. I mean, you're relying on a guy to only get hits. If he doesn't, maybe Steer goes out there and gets plunked, gets hit. I don't like, but walks 4 times. Yeah, no chance hitting a base prop. However, if he gets hit around, maybe scores a couple runs, there's so many pathways to victory with the hits, runs, and RBIs prop than there is in just a regular, basis prop. But let's talk about this game overall, because like I said, it's an early start and the over-under's at 10.5. So I like targeting a game with a high over-under. They're obviously expecting some runs here. And as I talked about, like if Steer comes up in the top of the first or bottom of the first, gets an RBI single, we're out of here with an easy win. But sack flies, walks leading to runs. There's so many pathways to victory, which is why I love this one. You look at Steer batting .294 this month, been pretty good. 25 hits, 4 home runs, and 13 RBIs, which I like him. I consider it a Jonathan India HRR prop, but what I like about Steer is that he normally gets on base with guys in scoring position or guys on base, whereas a guy like India, who normally leads off, normally relying on India to get a hit and then get hit around and score a run, doesn't have a lot of RBIs on the year, whereas Steer can do a little bit better. He's hitting .275 versus righties, .293 at home, both of which are true today. Now, who's he getting on the mound for the Cardinals? It's going to be Miles Michaelis. Like, we've targeted some Michaelis props before, or just his games before, and he hasn't honestly been all that great. And hopefully he struggles a little bit today. And even if he doesn't struggle, we should see plenty of opportunities here. And, he enters with a 4.77 ERA and a 1.48 whip. I mean, he's going to give us run opportunities, he's going to give us hit opportunities, and hopefully give us, the chances to have 4 or maybe 5 plate appearances for Steer. And Steer has seen him only twice, 1 for 2 lifetime, so not terrible. And we look at the guys in front of him. Jonathan India, 4 for 13 lifetime. And while I can't guarantee exactly the Reds lineup they trot out, you might know by the time this video drops what lineup they're dropping, because it's at 12:35 start, so you should know pretty early. But hopefully we see Steer in the 3, 4, or 5 position where he has guys in front of him that are going to get on base, hopefully, knock on wood, give him some RBI chances, which then it could only take 1 hit for Steer, whereas we could rely on 2 hits. That's reasonable too. But at the end of the day, I really like Steer. I like him at home. Steer this series has been pretty good, 8-2-5, 8 home run HRRs. I think he had a home run. I think he had 4 hits yesterday. Well, he's probably not getting 4 hits today. Does have 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs in 5 of his last 6 and in 9 of his last 12 home games. So I really like him against Michaelis today. We've talked about once Michaelis comes out, that Cardinals bullpen still isn't something I can really trust a whole lot. They got a lot of guys in there that I just don't trust at all. So you look at the pitches Michaelis throws, there are some beneficial. There's a lot of cutters, a lot of sliders, sinkers, a 4-seam fastball. Those are all pretty good, comfortable pitches that Steer's good at hitting at. So I really trust him in this early game. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at +100. Taking a stab at it, getting these player props back, and hopefully we can dial back in and get these player props going and getting some more winners for you all. But Logan, you know what time it is. It's Nerfy Nation time, and these flags should be at halftime because the flags have just been down bad recently. But we trust that we're going to turn it around. Last year, I know people might not be here from last year, but last year we were up 25 units on Nerfies. Obviously, there's been some changes in the rules, which have, definitely helped the offense a whole lot. But I still think that we're confident we can turn this around. If we lose today and maybe tomorrow, maybe we'll take a little bit of time off until the pitchers start to figure themselves out. Because last year we did go on a Nerfy losing streak, kind of in that May to June kind of stretch, and then we turned it back around, had a big year. But either way, today we're going to a good one. We considered the A's and Athletics one, or the A's and Mariners one, but we're going to go to a different one, and we're going to White Sox and Tigers, taking the no run first inning, -115 on BetMGM. Currently, you'd probably play this right around -130. Wouldn't play more juice than that, but you look at who's going to start for the Tigers. It's going to be Alex Faedo. Now, he's been all right, 2-1 on no run first innings, nothing to complain about. The White Sox 22nd in first inning runs. I mean, any pitcher can get you 3 outs. We saw Waldichuk get 3 outs yesterday. We've seen much worse pitchers get 3 outs. I trust him to come in here and give them an early start. The over-under's not, sitting at 9 or 9.5, so they're not expecting a super high-scoring game here. I think he can certainly get us those first 3 outs. Who's on the other side, Logan?
Yeah, we've got Lucas Giolito, and get us those last 3 outs that we need. Hopefully, Giolito. Now, everyone's gonna, be skeptical about this next one. Giolito 5-5 on Nerfies this year. You don't like to see that, but if you dive into actually where his yes run first innings have come, 4 out of those 5 yes run first innings have come against the Royals and the Astros. Sometimes when your team just has your number, they're able to hunt pitches in the first inning and they're able to just hit you around. That's sort of what happened with Lucas Giolito. Now, the Tigers 13th in first inning runs, we've definitely seen them climb up the leaderboards. I'm old enough to remember when they were sitting at 30th for a hot minute. But I think they're due some regression in the first inning. I think they've scored a lot too many runs. I think this Tigers offense is just due some regression as a whole. I'll take my chances with Lucas Giolito getting us those last 3 outs. We need the over-under, as you mentioned, 8.5. Not something incredibly high. We're not picking a 9.5 or 10. We're not going to Coors Field. We're not picking a Coors Field Nerfie. Someone asked about that yesterday. No, we generally don't do that because they usually don't hit. But Nerfie Nation, I feel really good about this. Hopefully we can fly the flags.
Yeah, let's bounce back. Let's get a winner there. Let's cash my player prop, and let's cash Logan's 1.5 unit play. We're gonna have a great day. I'm feeling a great day. It's just a great bounce back day. Something's in the air. I'm feeling 3-0. I'll see you guys back in tomorrow. If you want to check out our parlay of the day, it's on the screen. 3 players to each get a hit. We're dialing back those in. Let's have a great day. Let's have a great Thursday. We'll see you guys back again on Friday. Peace.